Lcsd presiding over our program today. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for our Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Legacy Celebration program. At this time, I would like to invite Valerie Bird, student at Dennis Elementary School, to join us to give our welcome.
Dr. Wanda Andrews, Superintendent, school board members, administrators, teachers, students, and all of our guests, welcome. My name is Valerie Bird and I attend Dennis Elementary School. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you here tonight. We are delighted to have you with us to participate and share in our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. Our theme is love, justice, truth, and commitment, making our world better. Thank you for coming out to support us tonight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. Again, welcome.
Thank you, Valerie. Next, we'll have Alexis Wilson, student from Lee Central Middle School, to give our prayer tonight.
Good evening. My name is Alexis Wilson, and I attend Lee Central Middle School. It is my honor to deliver the MLK Celebration Prayer. Let us bow our heads. Our Father, the creator of all things in the heavens above and in the earth below. Father, we thank you for allowing us to assemble here in love and unity. May your goodness and love be present amongst us today. Bless our gathering with love, hope, and vision. Our prayer is that your will be done through our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. Take what we have prepared and multiply our efforts as only you can. Steer our intentions to align with your righteousness, will, and truth. We pray that our efforts will bring about a new day of justice, brotherhood, peace, like Dr. King's vision. Strengthen our commitment, blanket us with your peace today. Keep love at the forefront of our minds today and a guiding light for all we set to accomplish and celebrate. We ask all this in your glorious name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Alexis. We're going to ask everyone to please stand as our Lee Central High School Army JRTC Color Guard in the direction of Sergeant Woodland and Major Cobb present and post the colors. Remain standing for the pledge recited by Haseen McDonald. Haseen, can you come up for me now? He is a student at Lower Lee Elementary School. After the pledge, remain standing as we honor our country with the singing of the national anthem by the combined choirs of Lee Central High School and Lee Central Middle School under the direction of Mr. Jarvis Jett. Color guard, post.
Color guard, attention. Left, 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 right. March time, march. Color guard, hold, left, face. Preset, arm.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, to liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arm. Vote. Right, face, forward, march. March time, march. Color guard, out.
You may be seated. Thank you to the scene and the Lee Central High School Army JRTC Color Guard. Now we'll have Sanaya Shannon, a student at Wesley Elementary School, to give the purpose of our program.
Good evening. My name is Sanaya Shannon and I attend Wesley Elementary School. Lee County School District is proud of this observance honoring the prominent historical legend, Dr. Martin Luther King. Again, our theme is love, justice, truth, commitment, making our world better. Our program tonight is the accumulation of several activities and events from across Lee County School District. Tonight we will hear the speeches of the finalists of Lee County School District Martin Luther King Oratorical Contest. 10 award-winning finalists are students representing the schools from across our district. Each of the students was assigned one of the words, love, justice, truth, and commitment. Their speeches share the meaning of the relevance of the designated word, our theme. The students will discuss how the designated word can make a difference in the world and how they can use the designated word to make a difference in the world. Prepare yourself to be challenged, excited, inspired, and joy.
Thank you, Sanaya Shannon. Next, you will hear our outstanding and excellent Lee Central High School, Lee Central Middle School combined choir under the direction of Mr. Jarvis Jett. The combined chorus will be presenting 2 selections. Get ready to enjoy our combined choir.
Freedom.
give them a round of applause. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized. We have some recognitions, and we want to recognize some of our visitors and some people that are here. Our Lee County School District board members, please stand. Our superintendent, Dr. Wanda Andrews. Our district cabinet. Our principals and teachers. Our parents and guests. Let's give all those a round of applause. Also, we'd like to recognize the following. All the members of the MLK Oratorical Contest Planning Committee, Mr. Kelvin Wilson for our decorations, Ms. Shirley Joe and her staff for the refreshments that you will partake of tonight. And let's give all of them a round of applause also. Once again, just like we spoke earlier, throughout Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s campaign for civil rights and human rights, he made several speeches and sermons about love, justice, truth, and commitment. Our students were divided into divisions, and each division was assigned a word as a theme. The primary division was our grades kindergarten through second grade, and their word was truth. Intermediate division, which was grades 3 through 5, was justice. Junior division, which was grades 6 through 8, was commitment, and our senior division, 9 through 12, was love. This year we had a tremendous response from all 5 of our Lee County School District schools. Tonight, we'd like to recognize all 35 contestants in our oratorical contest. So all 35 contestants, we have our finalists and all the other contestants, and you will see their names all affixed on the back of your program. Will you please stand to be recognized? All of our contestants that are here, please stand. Okay. And we had judges to select the finalists. So a group of 12 finalists were selected by a panel of judges. Each of our finalists will share the meaning and the relevance of the designated word from our theme. So we will first start with our speakers from the primary division. I'm going to introduce all 3, and then we'll have them come up. Alicia Hooks is a first grade student at Lower Lee Elementary School, where Ms. Sheila Stoops is the principal. The title of her speech is Truth. Her parents are Alan and Edna Hooks. Danique Larman is a first grade student at Dennis Elementary School, where Mr. Ricky White is the principal. The title of her speech is T is for Truth. Her parent is Miss Monique Clark. Isla Nixon is a second grade student at Wesley Elementary School, where Dr. Veronica Bradley is the principal. The title of her speech is Truth, and her parent is Latifah Simon. Let's give each of these students a round of applause. Now our speeches. Alicia Phillips.
Hi, my name is Alicia Hooks. I attend Lower Lee Elementary and I am in first grade. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929. When Martin was growing up, things were very different. He learned about truth. Martin always told the truth. He did not care about what the cost was. He told the truth. I want to be like Dr. King. I want to tell the truth. I plan to be a positive person like Dr. King.
Danique Larman.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Danique Lauman. I am a first grade student who attends Dennis Elementary School. My topic is T is for truth. T is for telling the truth. That way you can learn to trust. R is for respecting others' opinions. U is for understanding that unity is power. T is for trustworthiness. H is for being honest to oneself and others. Dr. Martin Luther King was about speaking the truth. He was about all that is true. If people tell the truth at all times, the world would be a better place. I will be an example to my friends so they can see that the truth always prevails. Thank you.
You can write notes on the back of your program on some of these speeches. Mix it.
My name is Alan Mason, and my title of my speech is True. Martin Luther King had a dream. One of his famous quotes was, "The day we see and cease to speak is the day we die." This means that when we stop telling the truth, we become divided, tearing down each other. Telling the truth can make a difference in this world. When we do what is right, we will have a safer world because we are honest and trustworthy. To be honest means that you tell the truth at all times, no matter the cost. When we tell the truth, good things will happen. We will live in peace and love because we care for each other. Let's tell the truth all the time.
All right, let's give all the speakers from the primary group a round of applause. Now let's meet our intermediate division finalists. Anthony Peoples is a 5th grade student at Dennis Elementary School, where Mr. Ricky White is the principal. The title of his speech is Justice. His parent is Quetta Peebles. Danique Mitchell is a 5th grade student at Lower Lee Elementary School, where Ms. Sheila Stoops is the principal. The title of her speech is Justice. Her parents are Omar Mitchell and Dagia Mitchell. Your Highness Gathers is a 4th grade student at Dennis Elementary School, where Mr. Ricky White is the principal. The title of her speech is Justice, the Other America. Her parent is Miss Tara Boyd. Let's give each of the students a round of applause now. Anthony Peoples.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Peoples, and I am currently a 5th grader who attends Dennis Elementary School. And my topic is justice. The struggle for justice is real. Looking back over the years, human beings are always struggling for acceptance, respect, recognition, and justice. But what is justice? Justice is just behavior or treatment. The legendary civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spent many years advocating for the just treatment of mankind, particularly the black race. Having seen the black race being stripped of their dignity, abused, and treated in less than humane manner, Martin Luther King roared for justice. Dr. King encouraged the black race to never give up on their pursuit of justice. He said, "We shall overcome because the path of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Without justice, there will not be trust. We will not trust our leaders, our neighbors, nor the judicial system. Dr. King believed that if people were treated justly and if they were not respected, then there would be no peace and no unity. Delivering a message in Nashville, Tennessee, has stated that judicial degrees may not change the heart, but they can restrain the heartless. Heartless people have no concern for the good of society. They are ruthless and self-centered. His advocacy for justice has helped to restore the dignity and respectability of the black race. No longer are we mishandled or mistreated, but we are recognized for who we are. Dr. King's actions have taught me many lifelong lessons. The chief among them all is to never give up on my dreams and never to allow anyone to treat me in less than I deserve. Justice delayed is not justice denied. We just have to keep knocking until the doors of justice are open wide. Thank you.
Danny Mitchell.
Good evening. My name is Danny Mitchell and I am in 5th grade. I am currently attending Lowell Elementary. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a civil rights activist, made a significant impact on race relations and civil rights in the United States of America. So great was his contribution that a day is set apart to celebrate the life and achievement of such an influential American. As a public figure, Martin Luther King Jr. gave many speeches that resonate with the populace until today. One such quote is, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." We are caught in an impeccable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one affects all indirectly. Yes, this quote on justice is still relevant to our time. What is justice? One may ask. Justice means the quality of being and treating everyone equally. Martin Luther King was linking the struggle for freedom and equality of the African Americans to the struggles for the same goals of other people around the world. African Americans were not treated equally as the others, and as an activist, he was making the point that no one justice is safe as long as injustice is practiced anywhere. Can justice make a difference in the world today? I strongly believe that it can. Justice and peace goes hand in hand. Treating everyone regardless of color, race, creed, or origin can make a difference. Sitting together, whether you're black or white, can make a difference. Administering the same punishment for similar crimes committed by persons of different color can make a difference. Justice in the world today can make a positive difference. As a student, I have a role to play in helping to make a difference as it relates to justice. I can treat my classmates and schoolmates equally. I can treat with love and care regardless of racial background. Of course, they are my brothers and sisters. My peers and I can also speak out when others around are treated unfairly or with biasness. All of us should play our part in exercising equal rights and justice, and let us not be satisfied until this justice runs down like waters. Thank you.
Next, Your Highness Gethers.
Hello, my name is Your Gathers, and I attend Dennis Elementary School, and I am in the 4th grade. Justice, the other America. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. What exactly is justice? Whose universe is it that bends towards it? People at every level of society should have these human rights. Equal rights, the rights to wealth, the rights to opportunity, and the same rights to the same educational and economic opportunities, regardless of whether you were born rich or poor, regardless of your skin color. Justice should always prevail. Every person's universe is different. Most of them don't bend towards true justice. Dr. King, along with many of us, have had our basic rights, liberties, and justice taken away from us. So what does that say about the moral universe? Why hasn't it made good of its promise? In Dr. King's letter from Birmingham Jail, April 1963, Dr. King said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Our justice is threatened, especially for Black people. There is little to no balance between how we are treated, who we really are, and where we really come from. We could have real justice if people older than us would make a better example for us and stop letting opportunities control their loyalty to us. And children our age needs to take our family, teachers, and grown-ups serious, especially the ones who are trying to help us. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. mission for justice is just like that of the ark. It has been a long road, but bending towards justice has not brought us justice. We need a leader who will fight this fight for us. I am a leader for justice. Are you? Thank you.
Let's give all of our speakers in the intermediate division a round of applause. Let's meet our junior division speakers. Alexis Wilson is an 8th grade student at Lee Central Middle School, where Patrice Holmes is the principal. The title of her speech is Commitment in Our World. Her parent is Jennifer Wilson. Olivia Stinney is an 8th grade student at Lee Central Middle School, where Ms. Patrice Holmes is the principal. The title of her speech is Commitment. Her parent is Katina Stinney. Taylor Wilson is a 6th grade student at Lee Central Middle School, where Ms. Patrice Holmes is the principal. The title of her speech is Commitment, Making Our World Better. Her parents are Jessica Lewis and Bert Lewis. Let's give each of the students a round of applause. Now our speeches. Alexis Wilson.
Good evening. My name is Alexis Wilson, and I'm an 8th grader at Lee Central Middle School. And my speech on this evening will be on commitment. Desire is the key to motivation, but it's determination and commitment to an unrelenting pursuit of your goal, a commitment to excellence that will enable you to attain the success you seek. By Mario Andretti. Being committed to something is being loyal to a certain cause or activity and not giving up on it. Many of us have something to which we are committed to. For instance, some of us are committed to family, love, friendship, work, etc. Martin Luther King, a civil rights activist, was committed to getting rid of segregation and racial injustice in our world. With Martin Luther King's commitment, he changed the world and helped put a stop to segregation and racial injustice. Commitment can help change the world, and as people, we can be a part of that change. Throughout the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King showed commitment in his cause. With all of the horrendous situations that came his way, he was still committed to ending segregation and racial injustice. For example, many instances have been documented about the bad things happening to Martin Luther King. An article that showcases a timeline of events that happened to him is on the website thekinglegacy.org. In this article, the author states, 1956, on January 26, MLK is arrested as part of the Give Tough campaign to intimidate the bus boycotters. On January 30th, his home is bombed. Clearly, this shows that through all the horrible things that he faced, Martin Luther King was still committed to the end of segregation and racial injustice. With Martin Luther King's commitment, he has shown us how powerful commitment can be to change the world. All the civil rights activists were committed to one cause, the end of segregation. And look where that commitment has got us. We are in a world where all races can go to the same school, we can drink from the same water fountain, eat at the same places, and much more. This is all possible thanks to the commitment of Martin Luther King and other civil rights activists. As Martin Luther King said, through our scientific and technological genius, we have made of this world a neighborhood. And now, through our moral and ethical commitment, we must make of it a brotherhood. We must all learn to live together as brothers, or we'll all perish together as fools. Now let me ask you this. How can commitment really change our world? Most people wouldn't know how to answer this question. Commitment can change our world in many ways. However, commitment can help major problems in our world today. Civil rights activists were committed to ending segregation, and you saw the result. Most of segregation in our world has ended. Now, if we use that same amount of commitment and add it to a real-world problem, we can make a change. Being committed and putting forth an effort can really help change our world. Commitment really can help me change the world. With commitment, I can put forth an effort to try to implement more ways to help students with no learning materials. I could give away materials and help our students be able to learn without the worry if they have materials. Commitment can help me put a stop to bullying and help students who feel alone and vulnerable. With commitment, I can change the world. Can you? With the help of everyone in the audience today, we can be committed to make a change in trying to change the world. Martin Luther King and other civil rights activists were committed to their cause and had an everlasting result. Commitment can take us a long way and help us change the world. As Martin Luther King said, I just want to be there in love and in justice, and in truth and in commitment to others so that we can make of this old world a new world. Let's try to make our world a better place. Thank you.
Miss Olivia Stinney.
Good evening. My name is Olivia Stinney, and I am an 8th grader at Lcsd Middle School. Commitment. What is it? The Oxford Dictionary defines commitment as a promise to do something or to behave in a particular way, to support something or the fact of committing yourself. But how do we define it? We sometimes say that commitment means making a promise or to be committed to someone or something. Every day, we make a commitment to be our best selves and do what is right. A very honorable man once said, I just want to be there in love and in justice and in commitment to others so that we can make of this old world a new world. This quote came from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., someone who used his life to make this world a better world. Throughout his life, he stood up to make sure that every man, woman, and child had equal rights. King's life was solely based on family and making children of the past for a better tomorrow for today's children. In King's famous I Have a Dream speech, he said, I have a dream today that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. His dream came true. Through all of his trials and tough times, he continued to be committed. He held to his values. But in today's world, we see the opposite. We see hatred, injustice, brutality. I can use commitment to make a change. I can better myself and help others in need. I'm committed to making my world better, a better tomorrow for all.
Mrs. Taylor Lewis.
Good evening. My name is Taylor Lewis, and I attend Lcsd Mlk Middle School, and I'm a 6th grader. Commitment, making our world better. My name is Taylor Lewis, and I am here to tell you all about commitment, how Martin Luther King Jr. used commitment, and how commitment can make our world better. Commitment. This word means to be dedicated to someone and or something. We use this word commonly all the time. I feel as though every morning we wake up, we commit ourselves to something. Some people commit themselves to seeing their families, others to seeing change, and some like us commit ourselves to education. Education is something that we all are going to need. Martin Luther King Jr. is part of the reason why we have an education. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for equal rights. Way back when, African Americans didn't have equal rights, and sometimes we still don't have them today. As he said on his I Have a Dream speech, that little black boys and little black girls, including his children, have an education, which came true. He committed himself to making this world better. If we all commit ourselves to make this world better, we can make changes, which some people wake up for. This world can change because we are the change. We can all commit ourselves to whatever we put our minds to. This is commitment, making our world better. And I am Taylor Lewis. Thank you.
Let's give all the speakers from the junior division a round of applause. Finally, let's meet our speakers from the senior division. Kaylee Bird is a 10th grade student at Lee Central High School, where Mr. Barron Turner is the principal. The title of her speech is Love is Peace. Her parent is Carolyn Harvey. LaShawn Woods is an 11th grade student at Lee Central High School, where Mr. Barron Turner is the principal. The title of her poem is Love. Her parent is Melissa Woods. Montasia Price is a 10th grade student at Lee Central High School. Mr. Barron Turner is the principal. The title of her speech is What is Love? Her parent is Pamela Goodman. Let's give each of the students in this division a round of applause. Now, our speeches. Kaylee Bird.
Good afternoon. My name is Kaylee Bird, and the title of my speech is Love is Peace. When you ask the question, what is love, you will come up with thousands of different answers. Some people say that love is a feeling. Some people say that it's an act that shows how much you love someone. When the truth is, love is all of these things, but when it's time to put them into words, people come up blank. Some people believe that you know you love someone when they make you happy or when they don't cause you pain. The dictionary definition of love is an intense feeling of deep affection. There is no more to love than a feeling. There's more to love than a feeling or an action. Love is the closest thing that we have to magic. Love is equality and justice for everyone. Love is the one emotion that shows true humanity. People have a saying, love conquers all. And it is true. If everyone came together and showed love to one another, the world would be so much better. We take so much for granted and we don't even realize it, especially us African Americans. We have progressed so much over the years. We went from being slaves in a cotton field to lawyers, doctors, beauticians, entrepreneurs, or anyone we want to be. The sky's the limit. But we take it for granted. Instead, we steal, gangbang, drink, or do drugs. We do all of these things and do not realize that because we are black, because we are people with color, we are already being judged. We should be coming together and voting. We should be coming together and to strive for a good education. We should want to strive for these things, but instead we get locked up or killed in the street. We should want better for not just ourselves, but for our people, for our community. Our ancestors fought for us so that we could have this right, but instead we throw it all away for ignorance. We should love each other unconditionally. We should love each other enough to help get our young generation out of the streets and into the schools and into the books. Rosa Parks did not sit in the back of the bus just for herself. She did it because of the love she had for African Americans and for justice. Dr. Martin Luther King did not make a speech about freedom and justice and love because he thought it was fun or entertaining. He did it because of the love he had for our future generations. He fought for us so that we could have nice things, so that we could eat in fancy restaurants and vote like everyone else. The young African women don't show their appreciation either. You shouldn't leave the house with your body all exposed. We shouldn't be having kids at 15 and 16. We should be trying to help people in need. If we would just show people love and kindness, life would not only be easier, but it would be so much more enjoyable. Some people fail to remember that you only have one life. If you choose to live a life without showing love, why do you want to live? It is biblical. The Bible says that we are supposed to love each other unconditionally. The Bible says if we don't love everyone, then we will go to hell. So if we are going to love, then we need to love the right way. We don't need to treat people poorly. We need to treat everyone with love and kindness, no matter what happens or what we go through in life. We should always show love, no matter the circumstance. Thank you.
Sean Woods.
Good evening. My name is LaShawn Woods, and the title of my poem is called Love. Why didn't we love each other back in 1929, when we were little, young, and free? Blacks and whites, all of us are human, and Mountain believe. Love is nothing but a word, an emotion, a phrase to be said, that can be used to hurt and destroy. Love was not given to us freely, we had to own it. Mountain fought for us, for love, for freedom, no matter your race. He said that one day he'd like to see little black boys and little black girls in harmony, in love, together. That was his dream. My dream is the same, to find love, to speak out against hate, because it doesn't matter. In this generation that we live in, love is confidential, as if you need it. But all you do is throw it away and then repeat the same thing over and over and over again. That isn't love. Love is not a game. It is not an endless cycle, or at least it shouldn't be treated as such. In this generation that we live in, we have to be forced to love one another, regardless of the color of our skin, regardless if you're female or male, regardless if you're short or tall, regardless if you have a job or not, a house or not, or voice or not. Martin had a dream, so we continued that dream. We love one another, care for one another, regardless of race, sexuality, and income. We love. Thank you.
Vontasia Price.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vontasia Price. I'm a student at Lee Central High School, and I'm in the 10th grade. And the title of my speech is, What is Love? Love is a feeling that can be put into many words. It is a feeling that varies from person to person, and as you grow, get get older and wiser, your definition of love might change too. This four-letter word means so much, and it is so powerful. Many people don't understand the power this word holds. In this world, we lack love and positivity for our fellow men, and instead we spread hate. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great of a burden to bear." Dr. King's mission was to spread love around the world, even to those who hated him. If only we could do the same, this world would be a better place. Showing love to each other, being kind to one another, and sticking together will make this place we call home peaceful. So again, what is love? Love is respect, love is kindness, love is being caring. There are so many ways to describe this one word. This is what Dr. King was trying to do. He lit the torch, but we had to keep the fire alive. It always starts with one person to demonstrate one act of kindness to start the chain reaction. Only if it's opening the door for someone, smiling at someone, or just saying something nice to someone. It's time for a change, and it starts with us. I truly believe that love conquers all, and that love is the key to world peace. We as Americans witness too many crimes that are inspired by hate. We would probably have less crimes if there was much more love in the world. So in closing, I leave you with this quote. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Love is the light of the world, and everybody feeds off it, even if you know it or not. Dr. King lit the torch, but will we keep the fire alive or let it burn out? Thank you.
Let's give all of our speakers tonight a round of applause. Now we will have a presentation of awards by Dr. Wanda Andrews, our superintendent, and members of the district superintendent's cabinet and our board members. Y'all come forward. We'll be giving these awards out by school. Will Mr. Ricky White please come forward for Dennis Elementary School? Students that were participants and finalists, we will be recognizing you both. So we'll call your name and you will come up to the front, join your principal. Danique Larman, Sayana Sherman, Amari Holloman, Your Highness Gathers, Anthony Peebles, Dennis Elementary School. Those are the winners from Dennis Elementary School. Next, Wesley Elementary School. Dr. Brian Bradley, please come forward. From Wesley Elementary School, we have Aliyah Mixon. Messiah Smith, Amande Haley, Heaven Smith, and Jocelyn Ponce. Wesley Elementary School. Next, Lower Lee Elementary School, Ms. Sheila Stoops, please come forward. Alicia Hooks, Ebony Champagne, Braylon Fortune, Kasim McDonald, Danique Mitchell, Jason Andrews, Jasmine Slater.
Jason, go ahead. Go. That way, Jason. You're gonna come up.
Lower Lee Elementary School. Lee Central Middle School, will Ms. Patrice Holmes please come forward? As we get ready to call these names, each student received a minted coin from the U.S. Mint with Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King on it. So each participant received that, and all of our finalists received a plaque with the lamp of knowledge and a affixed at the bottom. So we congratulate all of them. Lee Central Middle School, Nasir Jackson, Taylor Lewis, Lakevia Austin, Shauna Brittle, Shania Smalls, Kobe Shaw, Malachi Johnson, Alexis Wilson, Olivia Stinney, Victoria Purse. She was working the camera too, so Victoria. Lee Central Middle School. Next, we have our students from Lee Central High School. Mr. Barry Turner, please come forward. Jaden Smith, Kaylee Bird, Bontasia Price, Kenyatta McCall, Taekwon Slater, Nasir Jackson, Quadria Brown, LaShawn Woods. Lee Central High School. Now we will have closing remarks by Dr. Wanda Andrews. Following her remarks, please join us at the old Safe Credit Union window for refreshments. Now I present Dr. Wanda Andrews, Superintendent of Lee County School District.
Thank you, Dr. Edwards. First, I'd just like to say thank you for coming out tonight. To our parents, our guests, our students, our teachers, our principal. I know it's been a long day. Staff members, grandparents, thank you for coming. And I know that tonight, our students, each one, I was just on the edge of my seat, listening to their words and their thoughts and their dreams and their interpretation of the world that they would like to see. And I say it all the time, but you shine. Our students are the best. And I hope that you will leave here tonight and tell everybody about the students and what they did here, because that's what is most important. And hopefully they will come, because if you listen tonight, this was a real treat. And this is what we work for, and our future is bright. Their ideas about love, that is what Dr. King taught us. That is what we know, and that is what we have to give to each other. Our children need it. We need it. Teachers need it. Board members, whoever you are, you do need love in your life. And then, what a wonderful thing to show that to other people. And just think if all of our actions were based on showing and sharing love. I'm so proud of our students. Commitment, truth. You were just amazing. I want copies of all of those speeches, because we have to start something new. I sat there, we need to start our writing gallery so that everyone who stops at the district office, they can see what our students are capable of doing. So, I again congratulate our students. I am so proud of you tonight. You did an excellent job. And I want to thank you. Thanks to our teachers, our principals, our parents, and all who work for the education of young people. And I hope you'll join us. I do want to get to talk to these young people and get to know them. What a bright future we have with your ideas and making our world a better place. Thank you.